and we talked a bit about that. We should, we heard a discussion about what
Good
it
morning,
was.
fellow space travelers.
We should
It's
talk
3
about what it
o'clock in the
was.
morning,
It may have been a mandate for some of the policies around the economy and immigration. There'll be battles
and
over some aspects of
the
that. We'll be
headline
busy with
is
some of it,
Trump
but
poised to
certainly
clinch presidency.
he should feel like he
There
can
you
be
have it.
reaffirmed on that. It wasn't a mandate to
It's crazy.
wantonly use the power of the presidency to punish his political enemies. It wasn't a
So,
mandate to help enrich himself and his friends. It wasn't a mandate to send out troops of
got my
some
Trump
kind
hat on. I
for
actually got it. I wore it when I
wars,
to go vote so I wouldn't get my
a
ass
bigger
beat.
fan of
But
this. But
yeah,
let's be
Trump's gonna
honest about
win.
this, okay? Let's be
It's
absolutely
crazy.
blunt about it.
I thought we
There
had it. I
appears
thought
to
we
be
had it.
racism in this campaign,
But
and there is racial bias in this
the
campaign. There
economy
is
was
sense of
better under Trump,
country
and
in
he'll
anybody who
drill for
says
oil and he'll
that
build
does
the
not in any
military.
way
So
impact on the outcome of this race
people
as
gave
well.
him 4 more years.
I'm not saying that was the main reason that
You know,
Kamala Harris lost and Donald
I'm
Trump won.
resigned to the
I think
fact.
they ran
I'm resigned
honestly,
to the fact. So
strategically, his campaign, and I've said it many times, they ran a very
I
smart
imagine the vice
campaign.
president
It was an
is very
ultra
upset
irrational,
right
well
now.
conceived and
She
well
she hasn't
executed
come out to speak
campaign for
yet
an
to give
irrational,
her
often
concession
irrational
speech.
candidate, and they
And
overcame him to
I
sell
mean,
his
I'm
message
here
in
to
the
tell
manner
you,
that they thought he should be selling
this is
to the country.
crazy.
But let's not confuse
Yeah,
what
ain't
was
it
right and
crazy,
what was wrong.
Rufus?
Let's be very clear-eyed about it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's taking
crazy.
a long time for us to figure out what it was and what it wasn't. I hope that it goes the way that you said. Um, but like I do think it's bitter in the mouth. Uh, the racial and gender dimension of this, and the only way that you can kind of begin to see it if you don't see it right away is, can you imagine a woman of
And
color
here we
acting
go.
like Donald Trump
This is
acted, even
CNN.
for
This
one
is what
day?
I've been watching
The
all
kinds of
night.
stuff that he said, the kinds of
What
things
we
that he
gotta
did,
do, see
the
if I can.
on the Democratic Party. And what I've been saying for the
So we
last 18
switched from
months is
CNN to
that the
Fox.
Democratic Party
They'll be
needs a wake-up call. The
backslapping and
policies of the
shit
professional
talking and
elite and the
all
left
that
elite,
good
the
stuff.
coastal elite, the Chardonnay hour elite, have been very, very unpopular on economic issues, with 25% of the economy now being run by the government, with things like EVs, which have been a disaster in the Midwest, particularly for the auto industry. And you go down the list on cultural issues, crime, immigration, you go on down the list. So I actually think this is the best thing that could happen for the Democratic Party, because the very few of us who have been warning about this now say, look, you have the evidence that until the Democratic Party separates itself from the intersectional elite, the activist intersectional elite that have been driving policy on immigration, on deficit spending, on crime, you name it, on sort of coddling the anti-Israel community in an absurd way. Until the party can reject that, I think they're going to see more nights like this.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Kaylee was joking earlier about can't wait to see the
277
View tomorrow morning.
electoral
And wondering, he
votes.
says realignment, Steve. Are we
Now,
talking
that
about
hasn't
maybe a
actually been
realignment in the
called
media?
on
In my
CNN
view, was
yet,
again
but of
again
course
and
it's
again.
been called
Well,
on
there should be,
Fox.
exactly
So,
as Julian was saying. But
but
I'm
yeah,
not sure we are going to get
Trump's
that, because
got
you're
it.
already seeing some of the really offensive excuses being wheeled out. Racism, sexism. Oh, America
Like I
wants
said
the world.
before,
If I could just
it's
offer a perspective on
Wednesday,
that as a
November
Jew American,
6th,
from the UK, right?
2024,
The
3
British
o'clock in the
Conservative Party has
morning,
produced three women prime
and
ministers. It has just elected
we're
a
in
black
Trump
woman as its
country.
leader. The idea that America is somehow
So,
uniquely sexist and
I guess
uniquely racist
everybody
and won't vote for
don't
women
have to
is
worry
so
about their
offensive and ridiculous.
guns,
The reason that
abortion's
Americans
gonna
didn't
get
vote for Kamala
killed,
Harris is because she's a terrible candidate, because she didn't
all
make
the
clear where she
things that
stood, because she was
evangelical
all over the
Christians
place
want
on policies,
is
and she
gonna
was not
happen.
credible, she was not authentic,
So,
all these other reasons. And
I
on
don't know if
that,
that's a
the
good
good
thing or a
record
bad
from
thing.
Donald Trump versus a very poor record on the
So,
issues from the Biden-Harris administration.
to
So
my
blame it all on
children
sexism, but I'm afraid I
and
think that is where
grandchildren,
they're going to go, because
I guess
they
we're gonna have to wait and see what kind of world they're gonna live
this
in
elitism
with
that
4 years
they've
of
been living for the
a
last
radical,
decade or so. It's
off
just
the
baked
chain.
into their identity. They are
I
captured
mean,
by this far left
I can't wait to see what happens. He's gonna be all over the world leaders talking shit. He's gonna try and get out of NATO. It's just gonna be crazy. It's just gonna be crazy.
It was more than just the attempts on his life and the lawfare and so forth. People came together in this country saying enough is enough.
And he won people over. And I think that he won people over on the issues. And that's another thing that Democrats are going to really have to re-examine here. You know, they put a lot of weight into the abortion issue. They thought that that was going to be their Hail Mary, the issue that saved them. In Florida, we saw an abortion amendment failed. In Nebraska, an abortion amendment failed. And it did not help them in the swing states. Maybe that's because the abortion is not on the individual ballots of those states, or maybe it's just not a very persuasive issue at all. Meanwhile, other issues that Democrats thought that they could force onto the public ended up being very persuasive to independents, such as men playing in women's sports. That was a huge issue in congressional races down ballot and in some of these Senate races.
Let's go back to CNN.
I wonder, I worry that...
Trust me, there were plenty of people who weren't terribly happy about having him as president.
Please stop. No, but I think that the wrong takeaway from this would be that by running toward the center and away from some of her 2019 positions, that was a mistake, and that she should have doubled down on ultra-leftism and tried to play to the progressive base. I think this is a sweeping indictment of a progressive left that has gone so far that it alienates so much of the center
The
of this country.
talking
There's
heads
a rural,
are
urban divide, but there's
babbling
a cultural divide where
furiously.
people feel left behind where part of the party, Democratic Party, is going.
Trump
And I do think
wins
she was
the
right to
election.
moderate. That's what she should have done.
Oh
but she
my
had a
fucking
3-month
God.
basically window to do that. She's somebody who was not
Like I said,
battle-tested,
I'm
and she was
resigned
wearing
to it.
the brunt of Joe Biden and her own
I was
positions in
more
2019.
curious
That
than
was a terrible
anything.
position to
I
be in.
wasn't emotionally invested in this election. Like I said, I was more curious than anything. So, anyway, love, peace, and chicken grease. Popcorn said, fuck you. I have no fucks to give. I'm sure Trump don't have no fucks to give. I love my family, my children, my grandchildren, my cousin, my aunt and uncles. My aunt, Annie Barb, she's still in the hospital, but I think she's improving. So, much love to everybody. Much love to my people, my homies. Peace out.